All right, we're back on the record, continuing our afternoon docket. And up next, we have a sentencing in People versus Curtis German, file 25-6963 FC. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Wake County Prosecutor.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. Jarman, who's your seat to my right.
All right, and we're here for sentencing on criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person over 17, victim under 13, 15-year maximum, and 2 counts of CSE third, 15-year maximum. The guidelines advisory are scored at 50 to 100 on the second degree and 78 to 130 on both third degrees. Mr. Gurmurthy, have you had a chance to review the report and recommendations with your client?
I did receive the report, Judge, and the sentencing information report. I reviewed that with Mr. Jarman, and I also reviewed the sentencing information report. I don't have any challenges to the body of the report and no challenges to the scoring guidelines as well.
All right, Ms. Girders, do the people have any additions, corrections, or scoring challenges?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gurmurthy, anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
I do, Judge. Thank you. Judge, Mr. Jarman is 35 years of age. This is a tough case. This is a tough case all the way around. Victim in this case was 11 at the time I think the disclosures were made. She's probably 12 now. Mr. Jarman had some legal challenges in this matter while we were at least litigating this matter. But in reviewing the evidence, the plea offers, the sentencing guidelines, the Alpina case, and how we resolved it, I think it made sense to resolve it the way we did. Mr. Jarman certainly has been remorseful and apologetic for his conduct. Mr. Jarman comes with his own set of challenges. He has some mental impairments that affect his ability to process and process things. Again, it's not a defense to what happened in this matter, but it certainly goes to why Mr. Jarman is in the position that he is. Mr. Jarman takes things very simple and understands things in a very, very simplistic manner and doesn't process the seriousness of the conduct and his actions the way they are. I certainly am hopeful that with the 8-year cap that we have, Mr. Jarman gets the necessary help that he needs to get while he's incarcerated in prison, goes through the proper courses and educations that are available to him while he's incarcerated. He has done so while he was in jail here. CMH was involved. I think they've reviewed his medication. So those things, at least while Mr. Jarman was here locally, have started. Mr. Jarman has support of his family as well. And it is important to also know that Mr. Jarman did waive the prelim in this matter. We were set for an exam. We again evaluated our case at the time of the exam, and he didn't put the victim through any testimony and go through the prelim. So I think that's also to his benefit to understand the ramifications of how this process works. And certainly it resolves the Alpina case that's pending as well, because now the victim doesn't have to testify in 2 counties in the same matter with similar allegations. I would ask you to follow the sentence agreement in this matter. I think we scored Mr. Jarman. The family was on board. This makes sense overall for the family, for Mr. Jarman in resolution of this case. And again, as I said, Judge, Mr. Jarman is apologetic, difficult case. But I think it makes sense to resolve it the way we did. So I'd ask you to follow the sentence agreement and then sentence Mr. Jarman accordingly. I know we talked before we went on the record about the lifetime monitoring issue. I think the court needs to address that in the report. Mr. Jarman indicates that he's going to be moving to Florida once he's released from prison. And he believes that he wouldn't have to be on the lifetime monitoring once he's in Florida. I don't know what Florida law is, but the way the statute reads here in Michigan and the way the law is today, I think the court has to order lifetime monitoring. And certainly if Mr. Jarman leaves and goes elsewhere as in another state, he can certainly take the actions to petition the court at that point. But that's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Gurmurthy. Mr. Jarman, you don't have to say anything today, but you're allowed to. Is there any statement you want to make or no?
I do want to say that I'm sorry. I know I have made many mistakes over the course of my life. I've been in front of the courts countless times. I can't remember how many times I've been in front of court, but this one's really woken me up and showing me that I do need to change my life. It's been a real eye opener.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from the people?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, thank you. The defendant is 35 years old with no prior felonies. He has 3 prior misdemeanors. He's unemployed with high school diploma. He did make some admissions to the police about engaging in sexual acts with a relative who was under 13 at the time. The plea agreement was that any incarceration would not exceed 96 months. The recommendation for incarceration is 8 years, which is consistent with the plea agreement. I would ask the court to follow the PSI recommendations as well as order lifetime electronic monitoring. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jarman, if you please stand for the court sentence. Mr. Jarman, you're in front of the court now for sentencing on 3 criminal sexual offenses against a child. And today, you tell me, gee, I've been in front of courts a lot, but never really understood, the changes I have to make. Well, it's a real shame to this victim that you didn't understand those things, because now she's got a lot that she's got to carry. And, you're here today, I'm sure the normal thing is you're focused on kind of what's ahead for you on your path, and there's some hard things there. But you've earned those hard things. You put hard things in this child's path that she didn't deserve or earn. So that's something you got to live with. There is a sentence agreement for 96-month sentence or cap, and that is within the advisory guidelines in all 3 files. And it sounds like it was reached with careful consultation between the prosecutor's office and 2 different counties and the victim and her family. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and follow the recommendations of the Department of Corrections and the plea agreement. And in all 3 counts, order concurrent sentences and commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 96 months, nor more than 15 years. So that's 8 years to 15 years. You get credit for 272 days previously served. There's a crime victims assessment of $130, state cost of $204. And also on the, due to the 2nd degree CSC with a person under 13 and you being over 17, I am going to order as part of the judgment of sentence, the statutorily required sentence that upon any parole from prison, that you are subject to lifetime electronic monitoring. Mr. Jarman, that's the sentence of the court. I think it's proportionate. It's within the guidelines and consistent with the plea agreement. If you wish to appeal, you'd have to file an application to the Court of Appeals. If you wanted a lawyer, you'd have to make that request within 6 months. And if you did so, I would appoint a lawyer for you for the appeal. And you hand you a piece of paper about that appeal. Ask you to initial 1 copy. That's just so we have a record we gave it to you. The other piece of paper is for you to fill out if you do want to take an appeal and get a lawyer. Do you understand that? Any questions for me, Mr. Chairman? And good luck to you.
For the record, Judge, Mr. Jarman does acknowledge his appeal paperwork.
Thank you, Mr. Gerber. Please, that concludes your matters today.
No, sir, thank you.
Okay.